It was a night colder than most, the kind that seeps into your bones and makes every breath visible in the icy air. The wind whistled through the empty streets, shaking loose leaves from tired trees, sending them tumbling along the deserted sidewalks like restless spirits. Streetlights flickered in and out, barely holding back the darkness, their weak glow casting long, uncertain shadows on the ground. In the distance, a stray dog barked, then silence fell again, heavy and waiting, as if the city itself was holding its breath. Just after midnight, a scream cut through the quiet, sharp and desperate, shattering the uneasy calm. It came from the alley behind Jensen's grocery, a narrow place where secrets like to hide, tucked away from the eyes of the world. Shadows danced on brick walls as footsteps pounded the pavement, echoing off the bricks, then suddenly stopped, swallowed by the night. The air felt sharp, brittle, as if holding its breath along with everyone else, waiting for what would happen next. A neighbor, roused from sleep by the noise, peered through a window and saw something strange, a shadow moving quickly, a sense of danger lingering in the air. A figure in a dark coat hurried away, melting into the night, footsteps fading as if they'd never been there at all. On the cold ground, Walid Ali lay still, his life ended in the shadows, the alley now a silent witness to tragedy. The moon's pale light caught on a glint of metal near his hand, a knife, stained and silent, the only clue left behind. Within minutes, red and blue lights flashed across brick and glass, painting the night with urgency and fear. Police and paramedics rushed in, but for Walid, it was too late. The alley was filled with voices and flashing lights, but nothing could change what had happened. The city awoke to sirens, and as news spread, fear crept into every home. Something terrible had happened, and everyone wondered if it could happen again, and no one knew why. The questions hung in the cold morning air, unanswered and unsettling. Walid Ali was not a man people forgot. His presence lingered in every room he entered, leaving a warmth that stayed long after he was gone. At 34, he was known for his easy laugh and open hands, always ready to help or share a joke. He helped neighbors with groceries, never hesitating to lend a hand, no matter how busy he was. He tutored kids at the local school, patiently explaining lessons and encouraging them to dream bigger. And he ran errands for the elderly, making sure no one in his community felt alone or forgotten. No one imagined he would be the center of a nightmare, the kind that shatters the peace of an entire neighborhood. He came to the city 10 years ago, chasing a better life, full of hope and determination to build something lasting. He found work at a bakery, rising before dawn to knead dough and share a smile with customers, becoming a familiar face to many. In the evenings, he watched local soccer games, cheering the loudest even when his team lost, bringing energy and laughter to the stands. He called everyone friend, and they called him the same. His family lived nearby, and their bond was strong. Fatima, his wife, remembered how he sang to their daughter every night, filling their home with gentle melodies. "He made us feel safe," she said, her voice trembling, her eyes shining with tears and love. Friends gathered at his home after the murder, hugging, crying, sharing stories that made them laugh and weep at the same time, holding on to memories as tightly as they could. The shock of his death ran deep, rippling through the community and leaving everyone reeling. "He was the best of us," said his friend Omar, his words echoing what so many felt but struggled to express. If it could happen to Walid, it could happen to anyone. The sense of safety they once knew was gone. Grief settled over the neighborhood like a heavy coat, and nothing felt normal anymore. The world seemed quieter, emptier, as everyone tried to make sense of the loss. Fatima, Waleed's widow, faced reporters outside her home. Tears shone in her eyes. "He was a gentle soul," she said. "Why would anyone do this?" Her daughter clung to her side, silent and scared. The community gathered, lighting candles, hoping for justice. Omar, Waleed's best friend, spoke to detectives late into the night. He had no enemies, he insisted. If someone hurt him, it had to be a mistake. Another friend, Layla, shook her head. Waleed was too trusting. Maybe that was his weakness. Detective Harper felt the weight of their words. "It's hard when a case hits this close to home," she admitted. "We want answers. We want to fix what's broken." But the evidence refused to line up, and the pressure grew with each passing day. The city waited for news. People locked their doors earlier and watched each other with nervous eyes, hope mixed with fear. In every conversation, one question echoed: would the truth ever come out? A week after the murder, police found something odd near the scene, something that would puzzle everyone involved in the case. On a crumpled piece of paper, hidden behind a trash bin, was a strange symbol drawn in black ink, as if someone wanted it to be found, but not too easily. It looked like a twisted star, unlike any gang sign known to detectives, and it immediately stood out as something unique. No one could explain it, and the symbol left everyone scratching their heads. Detective Harper brought this symbol to experts, hoping for a breakthrough. Some thought it was a message, a cryptic clue left by the killer. Others guessed it was just a doodle, a meaningless scribble with no connection to the crime. But when they showed the paper to Waleed's wife, her face drained of color, and the room fell silent. "He used to draw that," she whispered, her voice trembling with emotion. It meant hope, for him. It was his way of holding on to something good, even in dark times. This clue only deepened the mystery, raising more questions than answers. Was the killer sending a message, or was there something more personal behind the symbol? Or was the symbol a sign that Waleed knew his attacker, a secret only they shared? Detectives searched Waleed's belongings, looking for more drawings, more pieces of the puzzle that might explain the symbol's meaning. They found several, always the same twisted star, repeated over and over in his notebooks. The media caught wind of the symbol, and soon it was all anyone could talk about. Rumors spread through the city, fueling speculation and fear among the public. Some said it was a secret code. Others believed it was a warning, a sign of something bigger at play. The detectives felt the pressure mounting as the case grew more complicated. Every day without an answer felt heavier than the last, and the weight of the unsolved mystery pressed down on everyone involved. Just when the investigation seemed stuck, a new piece of evidence surfaced. A call came in from a distant city. An anonymous tipster claimed to know who killed Waleed Ali. The caller spoke of an old debt, unpaid and dangerous. They gave a name: Tariq Hassan, a man no one had ever mentioned. Detectives rushed to find Tariq. His record was long, petty crimes, nothing violent. But when they questioned him, he denied everything. "I didn't know Waleed," Tariq said. Yet in a twist, police found the same strange symbol tattooed on his wrist. Harper pressed him for answers. Tariq grew nervous. "It's just a mark," he stammered. "Lots of people have it." But when detectives checked his alibi, it fell apart. Security footage from a bus showed him arriving near Jensen's grocery just before the murder. The city buzzed with the news. Was Tariq the killer, or was he being framed? The detectives felt the walls closing in, but something about the case still didn't fit. The truth seemed close, but just out of reach. The trial drew crowds. Reporters lined the courthouse steps. Inside, Silence hung thick as lawyers made their case. Tariq sat at the defense table, head bowed. The prosecution showed the bus footage, the tattoo, and the broken alibi. He was there, the lawyer said. He had motive, but the defense fought back. There was no physical evidence linking Tariq to the murder. The fingerprint on the knife did not match him. He's a scapegoat, his lawyer argued. The real killer is still out there. Tension filled the room with every word. Fatima testified, voice shaking. "I want justice for my husband," she said, "but I want the truth more." Detectives took the stand, describing the symbol and the confusing evidence. The jury listened, faces unreadable, as doubt crept in. As the trial neared its end, the city held its breath. Was Tariq guilty, or had everyone been led down the wrong path? The answer would change everything, and the truth was as slippery as ever. When the verdict came, it shocked everyone. The jury found Tariq not guilty. The evidence was too thin, the doubts too great. Some people cheered, others wept. For Fatima and her daughter, there was no relief, just more questions, cold and sharp. Detective Harper stood outside the courthouse, heart heavy. "We did everything we could," she said, voice thick with sorrow. "But sometimes, justice slips through your fingers." The case file closed, but the mystery stayed open. No one else was ever charged. Rumors swirled in the weeks that followed. Some said Tariq got away with murder. Others believed the real killer was still out there, hiding in plain sight. The symbol became a ghostly mark on everyone's memory, a reminder of what they could not explain. Life moved on, but nothing was the same. Trust was broken, fear lingered, and the question of who killed Waleed Ali haunted the city like a shadow that would not leave. Years passed, but the pain remained. Waleed's family visited his grave, leaving fresh flowers and prayers. His daughter grew, always missing the father she barely remembered. Fatima tried to rebuild, but the loss never truly healed. Detective Harper retired soon after the case closed. She still thought about the twisted star, the missed clues, the justice that slipped away. "Some mysteries won't be solved," she said. "But we have to keep trying, for the families, for the truth." The alley behind Jensen's grocery looks the same, but it feels different. People walk faster, heads down. At night, the wind sounds like a whisper of secrets. The symbol was never seen again, but its meaning lingers in the hearts of everyone who loved Waleed. Some stories end with answers. This one ends with echoes. A murder unsolved, a community forever changed, and hope flickering in the darkness, waiting for light.